I'd be happy if I can eat these Brookie Bars for the rest of my life. The fudgy chocolate brownie and the chewy chocolate chip cookie dough all swirled together in one easy to make dessert. Hell yeah. The chocolate chip cookie dough starts with a flavor bomb, which is brown butter. Are chocolate chip cookies made without brown butter even worth waking up to? I don't think so, especially when it's so easy to make. And my secret for making your brown butter even better, milk powder. And maybe a little bit of bourbon. I've talked about how to make brown butter on my website, and the link to that is in the recipe. But we're here to talk about chocolate chip cookie dough, so let's just keep going. Once you've made this delicious liquid golden flavor crystals, also known as brown butter, let it cool down slightly before adding the bourbon. Then add sugar and some salt because salt will make your sweets taste better, and whisk in the eggs to get a smooth creamy mix. And then keep whisking it. This is important because whisking will add more air to the batter and it's going to become thick and light in color, and that's what's going to give us that shiny crackly crust on our Brookie Bars at the end. Now add vanilla for more flavor and then fold in the flour. Be gentle with this because over-mixing flour will make the bars really rubbery and gummy at the end. Next, we add the chopped chocolate with the last bit of flour and fold it in. I like to use a bittersweet chocolate because the bitterness of the cocoa will balance the caramelly sweetness in the dessert. Okay, so now the chocolate chip cookie dough is done. This is the consistency of the dough when you use really hot brown butter, and this is the consistency when the butter is cooler when you start. Both of these will work, so don't worry if your dough is thicker at the end. Alright, let's make the brownie batter now. For the brownies, add sugar, butter, salt, and chocolate into a bowl. Heat them and melt them together and mix to make a smooth mixture. Dissolve some instant coffee in a little bit of vanilla extract to make a coffee extract, and then add that to the wet ingredients. That little bit of coffee will enhance and make the chocolate flavor even better. Now add the eggs and mix it in, but keep whisking the brownie batter just like with the chocolate chip cookie dough. Whisk the brownie batter until it thickens and becomes lighter in color, as this is what will give us that nice, shiny, crackly surface that we know and love in our brownies, and in this case, our Brookie Bars. In a separate bowl, measure the flour and cocoa powder and whisk it together. That extra cocoa powder is going to give your chocolate brownies a really deep, rich, chocolatey flavor. Add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients and fold it in gently to combine. Again, don't overwork the flour. This will cause too much gluten to develop in the batter, and overworked flour will lead to gummy, rubbery brownies and a serious case of frustration and probably tears, so keep an eye to avoid that. Now our brownie batter is ready and we're about to make some Brookie Bars. In 2 parchment paper lined 9x9 inch pans, alternate the chocolate chip cookie dough and the brownie batter evenly, and then swirl them together gently with a knife or palette knife, and finally sprinkle a little bit of salt on top and bake them until they're done. The best thing about this recipe is that you get 2 pans of Brookie Bars. One pan for yourself, and the other one can be shared with someone that you love. Although, once you taste the fudgy chocolate and chewy chocolate chip cookie swirled bars, you just might want to keep them all to yourself, and I don't blame you at all.